rolling?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm rolling too. Coach, maybe start off with your first thoughts.
All right, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. Sorry, I just ran over from practice. You know, we had one game this week after, I think, a pretty successful finals week for our players, and that's the most important thing. Did a great job in the classroom this semester, and had a game against a tough Alabama A&M team where we came out a little flat. Not necessarily flat from an energy standpoint, but from a performance standpoint. We didn't execute very well. One good thing about it, we weathered the storm, kept our composure, started executing better towards the end of the first half, and then really talked about the second half, first 5 minutes of the second half being crucial, and you know, came out and really did a nice job with our intensity and execution at the beginning of the second half to push out to a comfortable margin. A&M plays extremely hard. They made a run, as they've done in most of the games they've played. And you know, we've maintained our composure there and made the plays necessary to keep them at arm's length, and you know, made just enough free throws to you know, keep it at a comfortable margin in the final minute. But you know, disappointed with the way we shot free throws in the game. We did a great job getting to the line, attempting 33 shots, but there in the second half, once we built a 17-point lead, we were going to the line and knocking down one of two. And that kept them in the ball game, and you know, we've got to be better. There's no question about that. As we turn toward Missouri, you're talking about one of the best shooting teams in the country from the perimeter. They're just outstanding. You go down the list, they've 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9 players that can all really shoot the three. So it's going to be a different team than the last couple of opponents we faced. You know, they last 5 games they scored 80, then they scored 82, then they scored 91, then they scored 97, and then yesterday they beat Southern Illinois 110-47. So we're certainly going to have our work cut out for us going into Mizzou, and we're going to have to be focused and locked in, and we're going to have to play well offensively to be able to hang with them.
Your half-court defense has been stifling this year. How have you managed to be so good defensively?
Well, it starts with Erica Sisk and Erica Burgess up front. I mean, we've got 2 guards that are as quick as anybody in the country. Outstanding hands. Erica Sisk really does a nice job with on-the-ball defense, and she's a pest for people. It's a tough matchup for a lot of teams. You know, and then our rotations have been pretty good. We've been rebounding the basketball well, and that's really it. We've done a good job of, for the most part, of staying away from silly fouls. So we've been able to contest shots and rebound the basketball, but it really starts with those guards up front. And then you have some length back there with Kelsey back there, and Kyra Watson and Winfrey are real physical 4 players. So, you know, it's really been a team effort, but it starts with our guards.
Can you talk more about the rebounding? Because the great defense really doesn't mean that much if you don't get the rebound.
No, we were pretty decent defensively last year until teams got the offensive rebound, and then that's a problem for any team. So the rebounding, certainly Kelsey's helped that. You know, Erica Burgess has been rebounding the difference she made in that area, coming back for her senior year, ready to be an impact player on the boards, helps. And, you know, it's a team effort, but, you know, we get a double-digit rebounder in Winfrey back, and she's getting closer and closer to full strength. And, you know, so our players coming off the bench can rebound. You know, you've got Tessa Elkins coming off the bench as a guard who's as good a guard rebounder as we've had in our league the last year or two. So, you know, that's really what keys that.
And with Alabama, and you talked about the slow start, is that a game you feel like, you know, even last month that you guys struggled to win that one as easily as you did in terms of the growth that you guys have made from?
Oh, I don't think there's any question about that. You know, I think our growth from game to game has been pretty good. You know, we've got a lot of work to do, no doubt about it. You know, after the Missouri game, we'll take 5 days off for Christmas, and then we've got to turn our attention and we start conference play on New Year's Eve. And, you know, that's really what we're looking forward to is we've got to continue to get better as we go throughout the season, but in particular for OVC play. And if we don't, you know, none of this really means anything.
Coach, talk about the fact that you guys are in the midst of a 7-game winning streak.
Just, you know, what we concern ourselves with is the next game. You know, and certainly if we want to keep a winning streak alive, we're going to have to be locked in and focused at Mizzou. I mean, they're an outstanding. They're one of the better perimeter shooting teams I've seen in years. They shoot it deep and they shoot it extremely well. And then to top that off, they have SEC athletes to rebound the ball. So we'll have our hands full, but you know, we really focus a lot on the present and on the possession that we're in, and we don't worry about anything else. And that's kind of how we've won these games. You know, our players understand it's our defense and our rebounding that has allowed that to happen for them. So you know, we have to continue to do that and improve in those areas.
Is this a money game for you all?
A money, like a guarantee game?
Yeah,
Yes,
guarantee game.
yes. Yeah.
Does this win streak make opponents look at you harder, you think? Is it harder to plot?
No, I don't think so. I mean, in it's Division I basketball, I think everybody's pretty focused on their opponents. You know, I would assume that every coach is doing their job well, and you know, every player at this level should be locked in to play every game. It doesn't matter if it's UConn or Murray State or Baylor. You know, I would assume every team is stepping on the court focused and ready to play.
Are you to a point where your team may have a target on its back yet?
No, I wouldn't say that. Nobody's concerned with Murray State.
You guys have played a lot of games at home so far. What are you telling your girls about hitting the road now?
You know, we've had the one long road trip to Virginia, and this is unusual for us to have so many home games early in the season. So, you know, we're looking forward to the opportunity to hit the road to go to Missouri, and you know, it's just more time for our team to bond right before they get apart from each other for a few days, and it's critical. You know, and then we have our first conference game back here at home. So, you know, the good thing about the holidays is it's kind of like being on the road because there are no other students in town. So, I mean, you know, we're pretty locked in to each other and focused on our team building and those type things while we're here. Anything else? All right. Thank you very much.